Board of Education regular meeting March 20th, is now 5:15. First order of business is pledge of allegiance to stand. Next item on the agenda is roll call, please.
Board Member David Gilman, Board Secretary Dr. Joy Caesar, Board Vice President Paul Gonzalez, Board President Edwin Martin.
Present. For the forum. Next item on the agenda is approval of the agenda.
Make a motion that we approve the agenda for today's regular board meeting on March 20th.
I have a motion by Mr. Gonzalez to approve the agenda. Do I have a second? Second. I second by Mr. Portable. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is approval of minutes. We got item A, February 12th, 2025, regular meeting minutes. Do I have a motion to approve as presented?
So moved.
A motion by Mr. Gonzalez. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Dr. Missouri. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is item B, March 4th, 2025, special meeting minutes.
Make a motion that we approve the March 4th, 2025 session meeting minutes.
For the motion by Mr. Gonzalez, do I have a second? Second. I have a second by Mr. Cordova. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is public input. With no public input. Next item is finance report.
Finance committee met on Tuesday, March 18th. The minutes for February 11th, 2025 were reviewed and approved. We reviewed the February 2025 bank reconciliation reports for the general and student activity funds. And the student activity fund balance report, no variances or no. The committee also reviewed the following: cash balance report by fund, operating expenditures by fund, and revenue reports by fund. Purchase orders issued in February of 2025, the Fed collateral report, payroll journal report, capital outlay report, and the February date and student activity deposits. An up-to-date FY 2025 budget was provided based on the February SEG distribution. It appears that we may have a reduction of approximately $603,000 in current year revenue. The committee reviewed the following bars, and I'd like to recommend approval of the following. Bar 0021 for an increase of $904,318. Bar 0022 fund 15200 for an increase of $2,130.14. Bar 0023 fund 21,000 student nutrition increase of $170,501.54. Bar 0035 on 24174 for $16,543. Bar 0036 on 27502 for CTE for $62,201. Bar 0037 fund 26107 reading challenge for $1,000. And bar 0038 fund 24189 federal mileage decrease of $20,512. The next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, April 15th, 2025.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Next item on the agenda is consent action. We've got item A, bar, and B, available, and C, revenue expenditure report. Motion to approve the consent.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent items.
Motion by Mr. Gonzalez, second.
Okay.
The second by Mr. Cordova. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Could you get the record reflect that Mr. Romero is in attendance? Thank you. Next item on the agenda is presentation, boys basketball state championship team. Mr. Lucas, you can come up with the team.
Hello, good evening. For the education. I think we have, most of the guys here today. We have, Jesse James, he's actually on his way to Hawk for the North South All-Star game. Brian, Brennan, and Isaiah are tracking this. So, anyhow, rest of the guys are here.
Trying to tell us a little bit about the season.
Yeah, we, finished season 28-4, obviously, we won the state championship, I'm proud of that, we're excited, I think all of us are starting to come down finally from, from the excitement of Saturday, one of the things I do want to point out and, mentioned by one of the parents is, this basketball team, ranked number 5 in the state, max spread, regardless of the division, so, I think that's the highest, we've been ranked, I've been here 7 years now. And certainly the highest we've been since I've been here, so super proud of the guys, it's a good group of kids, I think I'll let some of you guys answer questions, but I think one of the things I did want to mention to everybody is, how respectful they are. We won 4 years ago, and one of the things, I got very many times. I said the biggest thing I can see, the biggest difference I saw is how the kids act on the bus and how they act in the, when we go to eat at restaurants. And, I was thinking about this when we did that. By the end of the season, these guys were just good. You know, they came into restaurants, they're respectful, they cleaned up their spaces, you know, they ate, they were just good student athletes. You know, I think, you know, as part of the whole process of not just sports, but academics, seeing that development and seeing that progress from them. And so just again, super proud of them, 28-4, won state championship, good group of kids. So I'll leave it open to questions.
I mean, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, you guys been in the state championship last 4 years?
Fourth grade year. Yeah.
Did the different teams that you guys played against, or has it always been, it was in the same ice, a few of those?
Yes. Hey, Mike, 3 of them now? Yeah, so
Some of the little bittersweet team.
it is, yeah. Yeah, it was 3 years, St. Mike's last year with Apple. All of them just good games, good teams, and you know, excited to get over that this year.
As all districts and all state part of the ones?
We did, yeah. You know, we ended up second in the standings for the regular season. And you know, the hard part about that is we're only able to get 3 all-district athletes. So we had Jesse James Gonzalez, we had Nathan Gonzalez, and we had George Smith was our other all-district athlete. And you know, I made it loud and kind of bragged to the group of coaches there. It only takes into account your regular season, really your regular season. It doesn't take into account your district performance or your postseason performance. And so we're only able to get 3 guys all district. You know, you know, one of the things I kind of went objectively took stats that season. You know, we announced the, you know, based on stats of what 3 all district. But you know, one of the things I have in Daniel here, you know, we did make all district, we've been an all state athlete, an all district athlete, and you know, if I had to name the team MVP for our team, is, you know, and so super fun that we got 3 all district, and something to strive for next year, you know, winning the district outright and getting 5 football here. But You know, we did get a Jefferson James with all state second team, George Smith, all state second team. Jess James was, selected, one of only three, athletes to play in the North-South game, which is a combination of 3A and 4A. So it's pretty selective for that one. He's actually on his way to off right now.
I'm shocked,
Yeah.
my experience with sports, usually the championship team gets a lot more athletes in the state all state team. Kind of shocking that we only got two, not even on the first team, it's weird.
Yeah, you know what, you know, you learn a little bit, but, you know, I kind of pounded the table a little bit and I said, hey, I know there's rankings and I know these things, but, you know, our five guys can probably beat the first team all state right now, and so, we got a good district, and I think that sometimes doesn't play in our favor because there's a lot of good athletes in our district, like, a little bit, but nonetheless, these guys, I told these guys, take sacrifice, takes, kind of a lead over me attitude, and they definitely, identify that.
I was pretty impressed with, boys. I went and watched you guys here at home, you guys lost St. Mike's, I think they beat you guys on to like 20. And you guys came back and beat them for the time of things, so that was pretty awesome to see them. Start doing things St. Mike's.
Yeah, and again, credit to these guys, they come to very in and, believe to do what they did, so.
Questions?
Well, like I said, just a great job with the team. I think the lack of those individual accolades, but it shows that this was a team, right? It's a team sport, and when you have this kind of success, it shows that you as a leader did an incredible job of holding this team together and bringing home that trophy. Very impressive. I like the fact that you mentioned the respect that your team shows at restaurants, and that's a big deal because you guys represent not just Las Vegas City Schools, but Las Vegas and you're out there. And the fact that you're so proud of that shows to me that your priorities are where you need to be as far as yes, that's win, but that's still the right way. So thank you for all you did for being on this.
I appreciate it, exactly, and again, just credit to these guys, I mean, they're good kids, they're
Great job.
We like you guys to come up and do stuff.
I've been a board member for roughly 10 years now. And in those 10 years, we've always celebrated our students' accolades here at Las Vegas City Schools, and elementary honor commission. Over the last year, we have not done this. I asked the fellow board members, superintendent, and the answer I got was this room is not a place to celebrate children, it's a place for business. I think that's a bunch of BS. So I'm glad somebody finally came to their senses and brought you guys in here to celebrate your amazing accomplishment. You guys overcame some obstacles late in the year, and you came through and won with grace and dignity. So I want to thank each and every one of you for this accomplishment that you did for Las Vegas City Schools and Robertson High School. Great job, guys. Amazing job. Oh, and next time, you bring the banner and the blue trophies so we can see it.
okay.
And also, I just wanted to have the folks that is, we are planning on doing, instead of having kids here, it's really hard to accommodate parents and grandparents and the students based on that. This is a place that the board is to conduct business. What we're trying to do is have a venue to really acknowledge all of our, not only our student athletes, but our FFA, all the athletes that we can within our district. We have advised our superintendent to be hosting the banquet towards the end of the year, so I'm sure we're going to see all the kids in the world will be attending also for that banquet, so we really honor them our website. So thank you, Coach.
Maybe it's all some soft. Learn about it. Michael Mark Solomon. George Stewart Beckley. Brandon Dean. Very nice to know about. David O'Connor.
Well, Dan is involved with the team.
How many seniors you got, Coach?
5 seasons. One of the things I wanted to say, about Doss, Aaron Doss, then, Brian Sarah, Jesse James, Doss, and Daniel Doss. some of the seniors, they didn't play much, you know, and they knew that, you know, but, if some of the guys, if you guys can see some of the practices we had, some of the competitions there, one thing I told Aaron at the end, you know, I've been looking since freshman for basketball. I think he's been playing basketball for 13 months now, 14 months, and just the development there, it's been awesome. One thing I told him, I said, I want people who've been successful, who've been leaders to be around, you know, stuff like that people don't see, you know, public and paper and, you know, and the highlights of, really made a difference this year. So like I said, just the whole team, just, you know, everybody had a part, everybody made it, and they showed.
Congratulations, thank you all so much.
Would like to get-
Good job.
This item on the agenda, board weekend. Got an applicant, item E. We have several calls from permanent board members. I think we can. That is superintendent, and we find, we acknowledge all of the same. This is one.
Madam Superintendent, these are just recommendations, right? We don't have to follow them. We can do our own policy.
You are correct. However, for the own business, the board, I believe in December, we adopted my policy in our July. Those have since been rescinded. We need to revert back to the old policy, and that's what the old business policy are. In fact, right now, it's reverting back to.
So the state meetings.
Okay. If the state is making it, then I guess don't like the non-discrimination one that we have, I think we have to be sent back. And at least, I would like to do our own, if we could, and kind of make them go back to the newer one.
Just since we approved it, we have to adopt the sin, then you can do what the last one and get involved.
We could, and there's always things like dates and those kinds of things that we can change for the federal laws. We just do that. We can maybe exceed, but never make. Yeah,
No, yeah, I don't agree. I don't want to make it about what this is getting.
we can refer them back now and then you can go back and then take a specifically. Try to change.
So with that, I entertain a motion that we approve items A to F. I don't think we need to read all also A.
Are we all receiving one vote?
Actually, no, I'm gonna make a motion to approve item A, policy K 1682, KFDB, community use of facility. Motion by Mr. Gonzalez, second. Okay. The second by Mr. Cordova. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we can do items B through J. Those are all to rescind. This will be policy 246, policy 247, policy 248, policy 249, policy 250, policy 251, policy 252, policy 253, and policy 254. Do I have a motion to approve? So moved. I have a motion by Mr. Romero. Do I have a second? A second by Dr. McGurk. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next is item K, policy advisory 206. This is a readopt. Also, item L, policy advisory 207. This is also a readopt, but a motion to approve. A motion by Mr. Gonzalez. Do I have a second? Second. Second by Mr. Cordova. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next is new business, discussion action, item A, FFA State Judging Conference, Competition and Registration. Mr. Ball.
That's the motion. Good evening, Superintendent Sandoval, and our board members. We appreciate your time tonight. We have a presentation for you. But the first thing that I want to do is I want them to introduce themselves and to state judging in April, the first week of April. And I just want them to come up and say your name and what team they're part. I'm Sarah Cruz, and I'm competing for my Richard Rhodes. I'm Leona Marshall, and I also compete in the Florida Culture Trophies. Piece of walking by. I'm Maria Chapoya, and I also compete in the Florida Culture Trophies. The Lord did it wrong, and I compete in the science. I'm Joseph Mateo, and I compete in the what you amazing people are. I'm Justice Garcia, and I compete in youth science. We currently on the West and compete in landscape design.
I'm gonna recommend the landscape design results. I'm looking at the same time and in forestry. I'll be the excellent moment in forestry.
Then G was here, and I compete in coach. I'm Amber Adamowski, and I compete in forestry. And then you and I also do forestry. So our program ranges from 7 to 12 graders. They have to be enrolled in an agriculture course in order to be an FFA. And all of these students have met not only the state requirements, but my requirements, which are they have to have placed within 70% of the first place score individually in order to compete. So all of these students have met both my requirements and state requirements in order to attend state judging. My requirements are stricter than just state requirements. And they range from 7th graders to seniors in high school. So that means that I can have them for a long time. And all of our teams are doing really well this year, but we're really rooting for our landscape design team. They placed 2nd last year at state, so we're really hoping that we can perform one more team for you. And we are requesting support in our travel, so bus, a bus driver, and gas. And then I'm also requesting that you pay our contest or fee. They are $50 a piece, and I have 7 teams registered, and I have 19 students who will compete at state. The contest is March 31st through April 5th in Las Cruces at the New Mexico State campus. Do you have any questions?
March 31st to.
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Ramon.
I'd like to make a motion. We supply every with bus, plus private gas, and give a standard of $100 per kid to 10 kids.
I have a motion by Mr. Romero. Do I have a second? Second. I have a second by Mr. Cordova. Is there any other discussion?
Well, I'd just like to say thank you. Like, it's so impressive to see all these young men and women. There's so many different categories that all qualify for state. And thank you for raising the bar on state levels. And I think that's so important that you're asking so much of our students, pushing it beyond what this is asking. Thank you for your dedication. So many of these items are competing and they affect our community in big ways. So I just want to thank you for your dedication to this group of students. I know so many of them who are going to just have a great impact and go out to you guys in competition. Thank you all students for being part of such a special program. So thank you for your guys' hard work.
Thank you.
I have a motion by Mr. Romero, second by Mr. Cordova. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you for everything you do.
So. Um. We have a. Oh, yes, yeah. Well, I guess I could put it. Right, told me to do this, okay, so we're selling popcorn and we have raffle tickets, our Harley Pro team also became a VPA Harley Pro team. And so they will actually be competing, well, if you let us, at our next board meeting, that's when we do. But we're gonna be competing at, Florida in Orlando, Florida, for VPA. This Harley Pro team will be competing, and tonight we have prepared a presentation for you showing the parliamentary procedure skills. We did compete at state this year at FFA and at the VPA, and it's something that we hope to continue in the future. This is the first time I teach parliamentary procedure in my class every year for 6 weeks. But this is the first time in 11 years that Las Vegas FFA has had a parliamentary procedure team. This team worked for 2 hours a day for Christmas break. We competed in January at state, and I'm super proud of them. They really worked hard and they had to learn a lot. And we didn't make it into the final this year because it was our first year, and we hope that one day we will win state and then be able to compete at national FFA. The FFA standard is a little bit higher than the VPA one, but we're excited to compete regardless. So if the party team, you can please come on and Mr. Trudeau, please come. I'll give you a little bit. They have 1 minute in order to look over their part. They cannot speak during that 1 minute, and then they leave.
Our position and chapter on chapter activity and conflict.
Sorry,
It's been moved and seconded with chapter developing PowerPoint presentation on chapter activities and conflicts. Is there any debate?
Mr. President,
Liliana?
I wish to speak in favor of this motion as I think that it would tell our members what activities they can participate in and give them a bunch of options to choose from, and you can see past accomplishments from past chapter members. I would vote for this motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. I do speak in favor of this motion, as I believe it provides an excellent opportunity in supporting the students who make it into the conflict and activity bureau to show that they are acknowledged that their efforts matter and mean something to this chapter. Thank you, Mr. President. Vote for this motion. Thank you.
Mr. I also wish to speak in favor of this motion, as I believe that our past members are very proud of their accomplishments, and that this can further encourage our new members to see that if they can accomplish this, that the others can too. Please vote for this. Thank you.
Mr. President, I'm against this motion, saying that we already have a picture wall full of pictures in our classroom, full of accomplishments and memories that we've made throughout the years in our classroom, and each so we're who are we set this PowerPoint and thank you.
I encourage members to vote for this motion, seeing that it'll show our community, what we've done in this debate and how much we've done in the first time.
Mr. President,
or is it question of privilege?
Normal chair is question.
It is now. It is on here, maybe open the window.
The question is indeed one of privilege, or the chair rules and lacks sufficient urgency to the proceedings in question is denied.
I rise to a parliamentary inquiry.
Normal chair inquiry.
Would now be the right time to make Mary heard.
It would.
Mr. President,
Member.
I move to refer this motion to the Public Relations Committee. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to refer this motion to the Public Relations Committee with instructions to report back at our next regular meeting. Is there any debate?
Encourage members to vote down this motion, seeing that sending this to the Public Relations Committee would be a waste of our time when we've already debated this.
Mr. President.
This is members to go down the question as I don't think it would be a good idea to send this to that committee because they won't give us enough information that we need to put this on, and they won't give us relevant information that we need.
Mr. President, I made this motion and I was to speak in favor of it, as I believe that the Public Relations Committee can definitely help us with learning what we should and shouldn't put in there and how we can most encourage our new members. Please vote for this. Thank you.
Mr. President.
I am against this motion, seeing that if we send it to the Public Relations Committee, it'll take a lot more time, and we have enough time in this meeting to discuss it. Please vote down, thank you.
Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. I believe, referring this to the Public Relations Committee is the perfect committee to refer this to, as they can help us, influence and construct it in a way that is better shows the quality and strengths of FFA and what, we can do, and they can help us with their contacts that they have with, as they deal with the public. Please vote for this, referral. Thank you.
Is there any further debate? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor of referring this motion to the Public Relations Committee with instructions to report back at our next regular meeting, say aye. Opposed, say no. No. The motion is not referred. Is there any further debate? Mr. President Bobby.
I move to amend the main motion by striking out the word activities, and so if adopted, it would read, I move that the chapter develop PowerPoint presentation on chapter accomplishments.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to amend the motion by striking out the words activities and, so that if adopted, the motion will read. I move that the chapter develop a PowerPoint presentation on chapter accomplishments. Is there any debate? Yeah.
We should vote down this motion as I think eliminating activities will not show our members what they can participate in and what they can succeed in for the vote down this motion. Thank you.
Mr. President.
I encourage members to vote for this motion, so that if we show our accomplishments, we it'll be more specific than what we've accomplished, and we don't need to show the community what we do this. Most of them are going to look at the
Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. I urge the board to vote against this amendment, as removing activity from the PowerPoint drill would be denying the public and FFA members of half of what we do, as we do to learn and all that, to show like that we are an active part of the community, and only showing our accomplishments doesn't really show that we are part of the community. Vote against this amendment. Thank you.
Mr. President,
Green.
I'm in favor of this amendment, seeing, like I said before, we already have the wall of in our classroom of activities that we can done. Make a presentation with just accomplishments. Please vote for this amendment. Thank you.
Mr. President, I was to speak against this amendment, as I believe that our chapter activities are just as important as our accomplishments. Without doing those activities, we wouldn't have been able to accomplish what we accomplished. I vote down this amendment for that. Please vote down this amendment. Thank you.
Is there any further debate on the amendment? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor of amending the motion by striking out the words activities and, so that if adopted, the motion will read. I move that the chapter develop a PowerPoint presentation on chapter accomplishments. Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no.
No.
No second, and motion to amend fails. This time we follow the second vote will be taken. All in favor of amending the motion, please rise. Thank you. Be seated. All opposed, please. Thank you. Be seated. The no second, which is not carried.
To get more information relevant to this, whether I move to recess for projects.
Second to recess for more information on this motion, all in favor of recess, say aye. All opposed, say no.
No.
Recess. Okay,
Mr. President,
Leon.
the hours late and debate becoming tedious, I call the previous question on the meeting.
The previous question has been moved. A two-thirds vote on the affirmative is required as this motion is currently debate. All in favor of taking an immediate vote on the motion with a chapter development PowerPoint presentation on chapter activities and accomplishments, please rise. Thank you. Be seated. All those please rise. As there is less than two-thirds in the affirmative, the motion fails. The previous vote was not called. Okay.
Mr. President, I wish to speak in favor of this motion, and I believe that, that developing this PowerPoint presentation and with the activities and accomplishments would be very good, not only our members to see what we have accomplished and look back on our past, but also to bring in new members and to inform the community. Please vote for this. Thank you.
Mr. President, thank you, Mr. President. I would like to bring it back and speak on the motion and say, and urge the council to vote for this motion as the one provides a technical skill to our class as we're further entering more of digital age and the digital age of agriculture. Learning how to have a PowerPoint and presentation and all that are very important and integral to their future careers. Vote for this motion. Thank you.
Mr. President,
Great.
you have a guest speaker that was in this presentation now, so that you can be quiet. I'm going to lay this on the table.
Moved and seconded to lay this motion on the table to more in business. Those in favor of laying the motion on the table, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no.
No.
Consider that great members to vote for this motion, seeing that this field community that we aren't the class, we compete and
Mr. President,
Leon.
for our field motion, our members, new members, what they learning experience as to what activities they can do and with their hard work and dedication, what we can accomplish. Mr. President, I'm still against this motion, thinking that it'll be a waste of our energy to make the presentation. Please vote no. Thank you.
So any further debate on the motion? Hearing none, so proceed to vote. All in favor of the chapter developing PowerPoint presentation on chapter activities and accomplishments, say aye. The ayes have it, the motion carries. Further business. Unless there's objection, this meeting will be adjourned. Hearing no objection and no further business, I now declare this meeting adjourned.
Thank you for letting them show you that, they are within the motion and then everything, you have 1 minute to look it over. Then they have their list of the main motion and then subsidiary secondary motion, and then they also have to make another secondary motion. They have to make 2 debates on the main motion and 2 on the second. So.
That was awesome. That was pretty intense.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Hard to follow up on that. Next item on the agenda, item B, senior chair. Sweaters.
Good evening, everyone. You guys are getting a. Good evening again. So my name is Naomi Weathers, I'm the senior resident, and I'm here to request approval of our senior. Interior. So an introduction to our team, first and foremost, we will over to this proposal, and we're really excited to share it. So what we have responses and capital are sent out the one from David Fairland, Jordan Whale, Eric C. and Mark Lewis, planning for engineer review. These are all. We also have Mr. Trujillo and Ms. Sarah Sredwell. Those are all the individuals that have put so much work into this proposal and working with us and trying to help us through this. And then our senior officers, the president, the vice president. David Gonzalez, my secretary, is my role as the treasurer of the court, and our executive student program is my name of America. Getting into this. So what's the plan? Our plan is to go to Denver, Colorado on May 19th and May 20th. That is the Monday and Tuesday of our senior week here in May. We had our senior class come together. We proposed them around 7 ideas to choose from. That way they have their input on their senior trip as well. And what came at the top was the Outlook from Denver, the Colorado Rockies baseball game, and the Denver downtown parade. Now, our budget and eligibility to be able to do this obviously we need funds for that. The portion of our warriors that Robertson, we have around $16,000 in funds. So we have more than enough, and we've done all around, we have more than enough to support ourselves through the trip and be able to fund it. Our eligibility, we are having our seniors follow NMAA criteria. So all of our criteria has to be met to be able to go. All of their class dues must be paid, and we will have a student parent contract. So not only the students need to sign the contract, but they'll also need a parent providing as well to make sure that we have everybody's. And we anticipate around 50 to 60 seniors attending this, and we have a class of 900. So we won't get all of them, but we'll get a good majority of our seniors to go to this. And then the daily itineraries, so this is a brief what we will be going through in our days. So day one, we will depart from Las Vegas pretty early in the morning at 7. Have a pit stop in Pueblos, Colorado. Get to Yahoo around noon. Spend around 3 hours there. Go check in at the hotel from 3:30 to 4:30. Then leave for stadium for the Rocky Stadium. We have dinner and pregame there, and then we would depart back and then watch the game, obviously. And then we would depart back to the hotel for the night. Day 2, we would go from 9 to 11, have breakfast at the hotel. 11 a.m. we would depart from the aquarium. 11:30 to 1:30, we would spend time at the aquarium. 2 to 3:45, we would have lunch. And then 4, we would depart from Denver and we our way back to Vegas and do more than 9:45 and 4:10. And all of these times are just general ideas of what we're going on. And that was pretty much it.
Will you be the one checking the eligibility of the students before I go?
Yeah, for top along with they're
So are you asking for any help from?
just approval to be able to leave on the state
Mr. DePiero, how are you planning on getting?
bus. We look into transportation and we think about 2 buses for us to get there.
Buses are given them, buses in the school.
Buses, and we do have the funds to consider that in all of them. We go.
We just need to approve the use of the buses for.
Yes.
Do you have the money for gas and bus fare?
Yes.
What have we done in the past, Mr. Morris, since we've been here quite a bit, on time, we've been in futures that we pay, only even they go out and start to pay the bus.
Yeah, we've never, I mean, I don't think anyone has ever, we built one group maybe that had money to do the bus and gas and drive and bus driver. But other than that, if we just approve that, no trouble, and the commission will go. And that, they're not asking for the amount.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the use of our two buses to Denver, Colorado, senior trip and out of state travel.
Before you ask for a second. I have a sewer system that we have, now it's for the, we will have to put it available at that time.
I believe they are coordinated with the sites.
We have a
Make sure we have on that.
You got it all figured out. Great. Then vote to support by myself, second. That was second by Mr. Gonzalez. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Good luck, have fun.
I'm sorry. Careful.
Mr. Green, Secretary. Thank you. Very much. Item C through Q, and we're all first reading. Further, this is the number.
Let's make a motion, okay, took the first reading for item C, D, E, F, H, I, J, K, M, N, O, P. First reading.
What was your last one? I'm sorry.
M, N, O, P.
Oh, we need to get that.
E, D, E, F, H, I, J, K, M, N, O, P.
Yeah, I have a motion by Mr. Romero for items, C through P.
No, because there's one that, like, okay, we did not.
I have a motion by Mr. Romero. He said which ones in fact. Second by Mr. Cordova, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Romero.
I'd like to make a motion that we have G, L, and Q to read.
A motion by Mr. Romero, second. Second by Mr. Gonzalez. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, motion carries. It was Mr. Romero and Mr. Cordova. Hey, next item on the agenda is your report. Mr. Romero.
Following representative report is for the month of March 2025. As school cheerleading has a showcase to make borrowed on March 20th, date. Cheerleaders will be hosting a blood drive on March 15th. 3 FFA members have submitted an application for their state degrees and were approved. They all have worked for 1,000 or 300 hours work and 25 hours of community service. They have completed many invitations all around the state. FFA will be heading to state next week where they will be competing in math, speech, science, wildlife, sports. Our Agenda 5-day marching band will be having a performance assessment hosted by FFA on March 29th and April 3rd to move on to state and eight. Our Agenda Film Club submitted film for adjudication in the and New Mexico Film Private Foundation. Some achievements from high school, of course, our boys basketball team from Bay State. Creating a gymnastics that will be held in Orlando, Florida, and is currently future events. Our Argent Film Club will be attending the Film Rise Premier Festival on April 5th and 6th. And theater will be performing The Lion King at the Illfield Auditorium, Highlands on April 11th, and the entry is free. Memorial Middle School will be hosting a March Madness will be a basketball tournament for both classes. Memorial Middle School also had a science fair on March 17th. Throughout the week, Sierra Vista celebrated Dr. Seuss Week by students dressing up on the days March 3rd and 7th. Los Niños also had a Dr. Seuss Week and a book fair on March 3rd through the 7th. The softball girls have a couple of comments when I talk to them. They would like some changing rooms possibly, because they do change for practice after school. they asked, permission from the teacher if we class for the sport practice, and they would like to have tutors for 8 months. Some complaints from some females, some of the stalls don't want, they don't have a lot. And some of their, they get snack boxes, and some of the fruit isn't good. Like it's rotten, they said, and that's why I'm curious.
Any questions? Any additional? Next item on the agenda is report.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, items to be given, are 120 days of enrollment members on CNP board reduction. Our coordinated data started at 11:16. The majority of the losses that we have had over the Robertson High School and Phoenix Elementary. The majority of the students that we are losing are going to homeschooling. Families are being relocated, or being moved to their neighbors to. We have 3 calendars up for staff youth voting. They meeting with Ted next Tuesday, just to verify the public comments and everything is accurate. But they have made some revisions based off of the last and what is being authorized in the truth. So before I do send it out to staff for voting, I want to make sure that what we're looking at is true and accurate. Won't be maybe too long. Finally. As you heard in the finance reports, we are losing a tax net of 600,000 in our FHE. And again, that was based on strategy enrollment for the state. So right now, we have a letter of invitation out to our staff to see, between who can return to retirement, and we're looking up based off of torsions and so on, so that you can plan our budget. One of the things that we need to all aware of that as we lose students, then we begin to reduce our staff. I don't have any plans to that at this time. I do know that we have just a few staff members that are retiring. So if we can meet the obligations that we have to classrooms and so on, then we consider not filling those positions back. But right now, open and we'll take a look at that with our administrators and to come to the questions.
This is Mark.
Madam Superintendent, when you did staff, did you say with all of them or just teaching?
The ability application for the Martin Middle School is going through conference at TPU. I think it's the second or third phase of that piece before it goes for their general counsel and finally to the Secretary of Education. I understand that to be hopefully by April. I did get a proposal for some work to the Memorial School, $682,000 for the HVAC. And work in finance for the equipment order to be approved is about 12 weeks out. So I may ask for the special meeting to if we run the 1.5 million and draw that down before June 30. So that is a possibility. One of the things that we have done is we have to substitute the wages for wages. So right now, in high school, for an individual that wants to substitute in her school, you get $80 an hour. The bachelor's degree will get 25, and a retired teacher will earn 30. Yeah, so that's a question. In my board report, there was a request to review the number of referrals. So there you have equivalent, Some information on the school with regards to the number of girls that we have and the average attendance rate. The other thing that as with regards to budget, I think we want to make a second. I am proposing to have at least 2 opportunities to review the budget, one we have one to make the recommendation and offer your suggestions. Which are what our final budget looks like, the board meeting about the so something I suggest would be either to have a work session or special board meeting prior to April or a regular board meeting after that it would have a special meeting after to review the budget, the finalize that before May 6th. So with that, I just have the questions.
Public input for budget webinar. This was mentioned that we, I'm not really working April 17th. She mentioned that maybe good to push that back and we do our regular board on April 27th. Is that still something you think following with? That's something still that you recommend.
I think it gives an opportunity to do it and offer opinions. And if you have any request changes, if you want that, you have an opportunity. For a
Ms. Rose, you're agreeing with that?
A possible work session, you think, a few days before the 24th, possible work
Yeah,
session.
we need to be special program for the work session, right?
so one of the things is, so it has to be approved by May 2nd. So if you want to review a draft budget, right? And provide you something to look at, and then we be back for a special board meeting of private people. That it not good.
Oh,
Because if you just, if you have a work session and have some approval, then you have to.
but can we do a work session on April 17th, discuss it, we want to do changes, and then present it on the regular board meeting, 24th, approving the regular board? I don't know, to have
The president, the regular board meeting is.
but I'm saying if you are ready for me to take looking forward, be better, have a work session 17, so then it will be presented.
That's what we discuss, 24th, which is opportunity.
Right, correct. So, April 17th, we would have a work session. Budget. And then April 24th would be our regular monthly meeting, which we would present and approve at that meeting.
The changes will be or
Yeah, this is now just a discussion, during the superintendent's report, we'll do that in the future time.
President,
This was the month.
Madam Superintendent, I can't find anyone in my email. Give me your report to show those. Referrals.
On the agenda. One of the links and then one of the.
But I haven't getting stuff of mine. I know I spoke to you about it, and I haven't heard anything back from our IT person. You better, I get it, you better. No, I'm getting, I'm not getting, so keep saying. No, I've spoken to you about it, I spoke to. Which is okay, if I can. Get consent. The only thing I got was on March 18th. On March 20th.
We can take a look at this, you're part of the register. It should be on the right, on the board. So all my reports and everything else, you do is send to.
No, no.
So maybe we can just move forward, we can just verify, and just remember that we do Board members, please.
well, then receive that we open up.
Any further questions for superintendent? There's no further discussion, I would. Next item on the agenda is executive session. We're going to motion to enter executive session. Motion by Dr. McGurk. Second. Second by Mr. Porter. Roll call please.
Board member Dan Shamir?
Yes.
Board member David Cordova?
Yes.
Board secretary Dr. Julie Kaiser? Yes. Board vice president, Alvin Gonzalez?
Yes.
Board president Michael Kiwanis?
Yes. Board of Education would be in closed session, MLA 1978, section 1051H, discussion of parent planning litigation, versus public school. B, Board of Education would be in closed session pursuant to MSA 1978, section 1051H, discussion of human personnel matters, review, investigation of licensed employee. Roll call please.
Board member Dan Shamir?
Yes.
Board member David Cordova? Board secretary Dr. Julie Kaiser? Yes. Board vice president Alvin Gonzalez?
Yes.
Board president Michael Kiwanis?
Yes. Board of Education will reconvene in open session pursuant to MSA 1978, section 51H, discussion of parent litigation, of the school. Item B, Board of Education will convene in open session pursuant to MSA 1978, section 51H, discussion of human personnel of investigation of licensed employee. No action was taken. 6:37. I have one question, superintendent. That item C. How did that come about? Return to public session and take formal action. It's the same thing as doing action.
That was your recommendation.
So my recommendation is not that word.
So it has at, the emergency in Las Vegas, James. I go to APS school, most of them don't have any language, it's something to the exception of one. So it's a burden, this.
Time back to 6:37. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Next item on the agenda is MSA NMSDA Region 3 Spring Conference at Las Vegas School District, April 14, 2025. Yeah, the board can put in the calendars. Let them know.
I may ask, anyone to leave the registry. We have a spring budget conference, on April 9th.
I'm sorry, that spring conference at West of that budget. Is that?
Yeah, this is where we're getting all the new legislation that's been approved in other dimensions. You know,
What is this? I'm sorry.
spring budget conference.
That was good.
All of our orders available. So, you know, just.
Next item is the regular board meeting. We have discussed, we're gonna do April 17th. It's gonna be a work session, and April 24th will be our regular board meeting. There's no other business, no other discussion, I entertain a motion to adjourn.
So,
A motion by Mr. Romero, second. Second by Dr. McGruder, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, motion carries. Report, thank you.